Welcome to Penrose Learning, where we make understanding easy.
You start by preparing the server so routing and NAT behave predictably. Install the remote access role, and when prompted, choose the routing and remote access service with NAT enabled. This gives you the RROS management console. Make sure you have two NICs assigned to distinct networks and assign static IPs, one public or upstream gateway and one internal subnet. Once done, open Server Manager and launch RROS to begin configuration. This kickstarts packet forwarding and address translation services. You now configure RROS to perform routing and NAT. Right-click the server in RROS, choose Configure and enable routing and remote access, then pick Network Address Translation, NAT, or a custom NAT/router role so RROS enables forwarding. Designate the external interface as public and mark it as NAT enabled, then add the internal interface as private. Configure NAT address pool or use internal DHCP and set port forwarding rules for services you need exposed. You finish by validating that routing and NAT operate as intended. Check the routing table and NAT translations in the RROS console and confirm correct interface metrics and bindings. From an internal client, test internet access and any published ports. Use Tracert and TCPing for deeper checks. If clients can't reach external networks, make sure Windows firewall rules are permitting forwarded traffic and that NAT was not accidentally enabled on the LAN interface. A quick fix is toggling NAT off and back on for the correct external adapter.
Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, leave a like and consider subscribing. See you next time.